What's up? It's Todd Giffen, TrumpsWeapon.com. So, everybody already knows that the government's weapon it's being used to attack me is exposed. The CIA released all the documents years ago. And Robert Duncan's been out there talking about this for years and years and years. And there's all these victims who've been talking about it for years and years and years. I was reading stories about lawsuits in the 90s about this, filed by victims who sued over psychic warfare. But anyway, in the documents the government has and in the public information that was released, the government set up a grid of satellites and military radar, land, sea, and space-based weapons that would give their agents psychic powers. They could read other people's brains, scan their brains, steal their memories, fuck with their environment. You know, you could actually light their house on fire with it, make it look haunted, and you could cut a person and, you know, scratch their skin and make sounds in their house, put sounds in their head and their voice, you know, like voices in the head and shit, do mind control on them. And this is all in the documents, but there's two sets of documents. You get to see the fraud the government did. You get to see these military officials, including like the director of the CIA and different managers in the CIA, and then doctors from military universities, you know, like the University of California system, and even doctors and like these are scientists from like the UK, University of London, Duke University, shit like that, and other types of places. They would publicly go and pretend they were studying the people they gave the powers to. Oh, also Stanford Institute. That's a big one. Duke University did all the early research in weapons development starting in 1930. That's the same year they started military radar and satellite development. And it enabled all these special powers. That's when they developed magnetic resonance imaging, nuclear magnetic resonance. That let them see into your house and do brain scans and shoot energy into people and matter and fuck with things remotely. They could pretend to be a ghost. And even they would pretend to metal bend. I could just bend this spoon with my brain. And then they did other dumb shit. I could psychically heal people or faith heal. They would go around the country in the 70s and in the 80s and publicly show this. I could faith heal this person, and I could know things about him I shouldn't know. They demonstrated this crap in public. But anyway, in the research, what you see, the government was covering this up by generating fake articles and statements about it. Their scientists would go, "Oh my God, this ability is so amazing. He could metal bend this. It's like unknown how he does it. It's supernatural and blah, blah, blah. Science doesn't explain it." It was all a lie. Because all these people that were saying these things secretly knew that there was satellites and land and sea-based platforms that would do this from long range, give people special powers. And that's what you see in the documents. You read over the government's version and Project Stargate, and you get to see this crap. You get to see documents that they have these scientists and doctors say these things, and government officials. And then in another set of documents, they say there's a weapon that does it, technology that does it.